My name is Chloe. I am 25 years old. Today is a very important day. Today is my wedding day. Sunshine comes through the window of my hotel room. It feels warm and bright, just like my feelings for Liam. I love Liam very much. He is the kindest man I know, and he always makes me laugh. Thinking about him makes my heart feel full and happy, like a balloon floating high in the sky. I look around the room. It is a nice room, big and clean. My wedding dress hangs on the door. It is long and white, like snow. It looks beautiful, like something from a dream. My sister Sarah sits on a chair near the window. She is my older sister, and she is always there for me. Today, she is here to help me get ready. She smiles at me, a big, warm smile. "Are you excited, Chloe?" she asks. "Yes," I say, and my voice sounds happy. Very excited. And it is true. A big part of me is so full of joy. Today, I marry Liam. We will promise to love each other forever. We will build a life together. We planned this day for many months. We chose the flowers, the music, the food. Everything feels perfect, almost too perfect. My mind pictures Liam waiting for me, his gentle eyes smiling. Yes, my heart is full of joy. I want to run to him right now. But then another feeling comes. It is cold and small, like a little stone in my shoe. It grows bigger, heavier. My hands suddenly feel cold, even though the room is warm. I look at my beautiful white dress again. It seems different now. It looks like a costume for someone else, someone who is perfect, someone who does not have a secret, because I have a big secret. A secret I never told Liam. I take a deep breath, but the air feels tight in my chest. I'm very nervous. It's more than just wedding day nerves. This feeling is deeper, darker. It sits in my stomach, heavy and uncomfortable. You see, Liam thinks I finished art school. He thinks I have a diploma. He sometimes talks about my art, about how talented he thinks I am. He sounds so proud. He tells his friends, "Chloe is an amazing artist. She graduated from that good art school." When he says things like that, I smile on the outside. But inside, I feel terrible. The truth is, I did not finish art school. I left after the first year. I just stopped going. Why? Because I was scared. I looked at my drawings, my paintings, and I thought they were not good enough. One teacher told me my work needed more feeling. His words stayed in my head. I compared my work to other students. Their art looked so easy, so beautiful. Mine felt difficult and wrong. I started to believe I had no real talent. I felt like a fake, pretending to be an artist. The fear of failing, of people seeing that I wasn't really good, became too big. So, I quietly left. I told my family I needed a break, but I never went back. I met Liam about a year after that. When he asked about school, I wasn't honest. I didn't exactly lie, not at first. I just didn't talk about it much. I changed the subject. Maybe I said something like, "Oh, school was fine," and quickly asked him a question. He just assumed I finished. And I let him believe it. It seemed easier than explaining my fear and my failure. Telling him I quit because I was scared felt like admitting I was weak. I wanted him to see me as strong, capable, talented. Like the woman he thought. I was, but now it is our wedding day. The day we promised to share everything, to be honest with each other. And I have this big lie between us. What if he finds out? What if someone mentions art school today? What will he think? Will he look at me differently? Will he still love me if he knows I quit because I felt like a failure? Will he feel I lied to him all this time? Because I did. I didn't tell him the truth. I feel bad. Really bad. Like I am cheating him. I love him so much, and starting our marriage with this secret feels wrong. It feels heavy. Sarah looks at me again. Maybe she sees the worry in my eyes. Everything okay? She asks, her smile softening a little. I try to push the fear down. Yes, yes, I say, trying to make my voice sound light. Just thinking. It's a big day. I look back at the beautiful white dress. It waits for me. Liam waits for me. My heart feels pulled in two directions, the joy of marrying Liam and the dread of the secret I carry. Today is supposed to be the happiest day of my life. But this hidden truth makes it feel heavy, and I don't know what to do. Sarah stood up and carefully lifted the white dress from the door. Okay, time to become a bride, she said, her voice cheerful. She helped me step into the dress. The fabric felt soft and heavy around me. Sarah started doing up the small buttons on the back. There were many buttons. Each one she fastened felt like another lock clicking shut, trapping me inside this beautiful lie. You look absolutely beautiful, Chloe, Sarah said, stepping back to look at me in the mirror. Her smile was genuine, full of sisterly love. I looked at my reflection. The dress was beautiful. My hair was nicely done. But my eyes looked worried. My smile felt stiff, like a mask I was wearing. Thank you, Sarah, I whispered. I tried to make my smile look real, but it was hard work. My mind was too busy. This secret felt so heavy now, like carrying a backpack full of stones. All day, every day, I carried it. But today, on my wedding day, the backpack felt heavier than ever. My head started to hurt, a dull ache behind my eyes. Why didn't I tell Liam sooner? Why did I let this small lie grow so big? I questioned myself over and over. Was I rational? I thought I was protecting myself, protecting his image of me. But now it felt foolish. It felt like I had built a wall, not a shield. I remembered that day in art school so clearly. It felt like yesterday. I stood in the bright classroom, my drawings pinned up for everyone to see. The teacher, Mr. Harrison, walked slowly along the wall. He stopped in front of my work. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, loud enough for others to hear, "Chloe, the technique is fine, but your work needs more feeling, more heart." He didn't sound mean, just honest. But his words hit me hard. More feeling? How could I put more feeling in when I already felt so unsure, so inadequate? I suddenly felt small, like everyone could see I was just pretending. That feeling never really left me. It was the reason I stopped going, the reason I hid. Suddenly, my phone buzzed on the small table nearby. I jumped a little. Sarah picked it up. "It's from Liam," she said, handing it to me with a knowing look. My fingers trembled slightly as I opened the message. His words appeared on the screen. "I am so lucky. I marry the most wonderful and talented woman today. I cannot wait to see you. I love you." Tears pricked my eyes. Talented. That word again. He thought I was talented because he thought I finished art school, that I faced the challenge and succeeded. He didn't know the truth, that I ran away from the challenge. The contrast between his loving words and my hidden shame made my stomach twist. He loved a version of me that wasn't completely real. The tears started to spill over, hot against my skin. "Chloe, are you okay?" Sarah asked gently. She put her hand on my arm. Her voice was soft, concerned. "Are these happy tears or something else?" She knew me too well. She could always tell when something was really bothering me. I quickly wiped my eyes. "Happy tears," I lied, trying to laugh it off. "Yes, just wedding day nerves. You know, it's emotional." I avoided her eyes. I am usually honest with Sarah, but this secret felt too big, too shameful to even share with her right now. How could I explain that I felt like a fraud on my own wedding day? Sarah didn't look convinced. She studied my face for a moment, her expression thoughtful, but she didn't push. Maybe she thought it wasn't the right time. Instead, she glanced at the clock on the wall. "Well, deep breaths," she said, trying to sound upbeat again. "Because it is almost time, Chloe. The car will be here soon. Are you ready?" "Ready?" The word echoed in my head. Ready to walk down the aisle? Ready to stand beside Liam and promise forever while hiding this part of myself? No, I wasn't ready. How could I be? The thought of walking towards him, towards our future, with this secret still inside me, felt impossible. It felt like starting our marriage with a crack in the foundation. The joy I felt earlier was fading fast, replaced by a rising panic. Time was running out. What was I going to do? The car ride to the wedding venue was quiet. Sarah tried to make small talk, pointing out nice houses or talking about the sunny weather, but my answers were short. My mind was racing too fast to focus on conversation. The heavy backpack of my secret seemed to grow even heavier. With each mile, we traveled closer to Liam, closer to the ceremony. When we arrived, I could hear soft music playing from inside. Guests were already there, their happy voices floating on the air. This was it. The place where I would promise my life to Liam. My stomach churned. We got out of the car, and Sarah held my arm gently. "Ready?" she asked again, her voice soft. I looked towards the entrance. People smiled as they saw me in my white dress. They looked happy for me, for us. But all I could feel was a rising wave of panic. My legs felt weak, like they might not hold me up. How could I walk down that aisle? How could I stand there beside Liam, smiling and saying vows, when I was hiding such a big piece of truth from him? It felt like acting in a play, and I didn't know my lines anymore. "I cannot do this," the thought screamed inside my head. "I cannot marry Liam with this lie between us." My breathing became shallow. What were my options? Should I just turn around? Get back in the car and tell the driver to take me far away? That seemed crazy, cowardly, but marrying him like this felt worse. Maybe I should just tell everyone, right now? Announce it loudly. "Stop! I have to confess something." No, that was even crazier. My mind felt trapped, spinning around and around, with no good escape. We walked towards a small, quiet room near the entrance, a place for me to wait before the ceremony started. Just before we went inside, I stopped. I couldn't take another step. Sarah stopped too, looking at me closely. Her cheerful wedding day expression faded, replaced by genuine concern. She took both my hands in hers. Her hands were warm, steady. "Chloe," she said, her voice quiet but firm. Okay, enough pretending. I know something is seriously wrong. It's more than just nerves. What is it? Please, tell me. You can tell me anything. Her directness, her kindness, broke through my panic. The tears I had been fighting finally spilled over again. They weren't just a few tears this time. I started to cry softly, the sobs shaking my shoulders. Sarah pulled me gently into the quiet waiting room and closed the door behind us. She just held my hands and waited patiently while I tried to catch my breath. Finally, the words tumbled out, quiet and shaky. I didn't finish art school, Sarah, I confessed, looking down at our hands. I left. I stopped going because I was scared. Scared I wasn't good enough. And I let Liam believe I graduated. I never told him the truth. He thinks I'm this talented artist who finished school. He sounds so proud. And I feel like such a failure, such a liar. The words hung in the air between us. Saying them out loud made the secret feel both heavier and somehow, strangely, a little lighter. Sarah listened quietly, her expression softening with understanding. She squeezed my hands. "Oh, Chloe," she sighed, not with disappointment, but with sympathy. "Is that what this has all been about?" She paused, then looked me straight in the eyes. "Listen to me. Liam loves you. He loves your kind heart, your funny laugh, the way you care about people. He loves Chloe. Does he love you because of a piece of paper from a school? Does he love you only if you finished art school?" Her questions hit me. I thought about Liam, about all the reasons I loved him, and all the things he seemed to love, about me. He loved our long talks, our silly jokes, the way we supported each other. Did any of that depend on an art school diploma? Rationally, I knew the answer. "No," I whispered. "No, he loves me. For me." "Exactly," Sarah said gently. "Maybe telling him the truth feels scary right now. I understand that. But think about it. Hasn't hiding it been much harder? Carrying this worry all this time?" She was right. The hiding, the constant fear of being discovered, the guilt. It was exhausting. "You need to trust him, Chloe," Sarah added softly. "Trust that his love for you is strong enough for the truth." Her words settled in my heart. Trust him. Hiding is harder. She was right. It wasn't rational to keep hiding this out of fear. The most rational thing, the right thing, was to be honest. The fear didn't disappear completely, but now there was something stronger beside it. Determination. I took a deep breath, and this time, it felt a little easier. I looked at Sarah, my eyes still wet, but my mind clear. "You're right, Sarah," I said, my voice stronger now. "Hiding is harder. I love Liam. I must trust him. I need to tell him. Before the wedding. Right now." Sarah gave my hands one last squeeze and a small, encouraging smile. "Go on," she whispered. "You can do this." I nodded, took another deep breath, and smoothed down the front of my white dress. The heavy feeling was still there, but now it was, mixed with a nervous energy, a need to get this over with. I needed to find Liam. Sarah opened the door slightly and peeked out. "He's just down the hall," she whispered back to me. "Talking to his best man. Looks nervous, too." That little detail helped somehow. Knowing he was also feeling the big emotions of the day made him seem closer, more reachable. "Okay," I whispered back. Wish me luck. I stepped out of the quiet room. My heart was beating fast, like a drum against my ribs. Each step down the carpeted hallway felt loud in my ears. Then, I saw him. Liam. He looked so handsome in his suit. He was pacing back and forth just a little, running a hand through his hair. He looked up and saw me. His eyes widened slightly, surprised to see me before the ceremony. A big, warm smile spread across his face. "Chloe," he started to say, walking towards me, his smile full of love. "You're not supposed to see me yet." "But wow, you look—" "Liam," I interrupted softly, stopping him before he reached me. My voice trembled a little. "Liam, wait. I need to tell you something. Something important. Before anything else." His smile faltered, replaced by a look of concern. He saw the seriousness in my eyes, the leftover traces of tears. "Okay," he said slowly, his voice quiet now. "What is it, Chloe? Are you all right?" My hands were cold again. I clasped them together in front of me. This was it, the moment of truth. I looked him right in the eye, wanting him to see my sincerity, my fear, my regret. "Liam, remember how you sometimes talk about me finishing art school? How proud you are?" He nodded, looking confused. "Yes?" Well, I took another shaky breath. The truth is, I didn't finish. I left art school after the first year. The words came out in a rush, quiet but clear. I left because I was scared. I didn't think my art was good enough. I felt like I would fail, like I wasn't really talented. And I was afraid to tell you. Afraid you would think less of me, think I was a failure, or weak for quitting. You believe I finished. I am so sorry I didn't tell you before. I'm sorry I wasn't honest. I braced myself for his reaction. Would he be angry? Disappointed? Would that warm look in his eyes change? Liam just stared at me for a moment. His expression was surprised. Yes, maybe a little confused, as if processing the information. He didn't say anything for what felt like a very long time, though it was probably only a few seconds. My heart sank. Maybe Sarah was wrong. Maybe this did matter. Then, slowly, he reached out and took both of my cold hands in his warm ones. He looked directly into my eyes, and his gaze was soft, searching my face. "Chloe," he said softly, his voice gentle. "Art school?" He paused, then gave a small shake of his head, a faint smile touching his lips. "Is that what you've been so worried about?" I could only nod, fresh tears starting to well up. "Oh, Chloe," he sighed, pulling me a little closer. "That doesn't matter to me, really. Did you think I loved you because of where you went to school? Or if you finished?" He shook his head again. "I love you, your kindness, your laugh, the way you see the world, that you quit school because you were scared. That doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. Thank you for telling me now. I know it must have been incredibly hard for you to say." He squeezed my hands gently. "It's okay. Really, it changes. Nothing about how much I love you." Tears started falling freely down my face then. But these were different tears. Not tears of fear or sadness, but tears of pure relief. The huge, heavy stone that had been sitting in my stomach for so long suddenly vanished. It was gone. The weight lifted off my shoulders. He knew. He knew my secret, my fear, my failure, and he still loved me. He loved me. He reached up with one hand and gently wiped a tear from my cheek with his thumb. His touch was so kind. "Now," he said, his eyes twinkling a little, his familiar warm smile fully returned. "Shall we go get married?" I laughed through my tears, a watery, happy sound. I nodded, unable to speak for a moment. "Yes," I finally managed, my voice thick with emotion but full of joy. A real smile spread across my face, reaching my eyes this time. He offered me his arm. I took it, holding on tight. Together, we turned and walked towards the music, towards our family and friends, towards the beginning of our life together. My wedding day started with a secret and a heavy heart full of fear. I learned something really important today. Hiding the truth, even for what seems like a good reason, is harder than facing the fear of being honest. Telling the truth made me feel free. Honesty is important in love. Trust is important. Now, our marriage could start with truth, with openness. And that felt like the best, most solid, most wonderful beginning possible.